Hi guys, it's Mari here, and I'm back today with my prompted series, and I am going to be working on a new prompt today, and it's prompt number 4, and the prompt is, what's your passion? It's a question that I came up with that I thought that could be applied to a lot of different kinds of layouts. Now, the cool thing about this book that I'm creating is that I can go back at any point and reuse these prompts. And I left a blank page on the other side. And what I'll do is just continue to add the titles of different layouts that I've done to the other side and the date. So I'll have to go back. I know I did the date on this one. I forgot to put the date on this one, so I'll have to go back. But I can just use the date on my video on YouTube because what I've been doing is posting these virtually the same day or at least, the same week that I've created them. So just to give it some context of the time when I scrapped it. So today I am actually going to attempt to go through this in real time instead of adding a narration to the video later. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. We'll see if it actually works out that way. I don't know. I might end up stopping partway through and then having to continue with the narration depending on if I get interrupted today, which could easily happen. So the layout that I'm going to be working on today, I'm using the Shimelle StarShine collection, and I think I virtually used that collection for the entire layout today, although I might use some thickers or something that aren't from that collection. So this is a great paper pad. I just ended up, I love all of the papers from the collection, and I ended up buying this 12 by 12 pad. I bought a few things that were the 12 by 12 double-sided. This one I really, really love. It's the Mercury one. And I also got the cut apart in the double-sided. And the Exploration in the double-sided. And then this other cut apart, which is Orion. So I loved those ones especially, and I just ended up getting those heavier ones. And one of the papers that I used here that I'll show you is this one with some constellations on it. And that really fit in with the layout that I'm going to be working on today. So I ended up just cutting the circle, just fussy cutting the circle out. That was drawn in kind of the center area. And I'm going to be starting off with a piece of 12 by 12 American Crafts textured cardstock. And I'm actually going to use that circle as the center spot. Just hang on half a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. We actually just got back from holidays this week, and honestly, this is my first weekend at home for a couple weeks, and I've got a lot to do today, so I'm hoping I won't be interrupted again. But anyways, let's get back to the layout. So I fussy cut the stars circle, and I'm actually going to be placing that as kind of like a focal point for this layout. So the prompt is, what's your passion? And most of my layouts involve my kids, my 2 kids, and this one is focusing on my son. And one of his passions has always been science. Really, really loves anything related to science. And, he was always a really inquisitive little guy when he was a young boy. And he always liked, building things and always out tinkering with his dad, fixing things and stuff like that. So he really, really loves science. So that's what this layout is about his passion for science. So I've just taken a few strips off of some of that paper from the 12 by 12 pad, and I've decided that I'm going to just use it over to the side as a place where I am going to put one of my embellishment clusters. So I'm just going to put these, kind of just offset them over here a little bit, and it's kind of like that. And my idea is that I'm going to do an embellishment cluster kind of in this area here, and then use this piece here with the constellations kind of like as a photo mat area for the photographs. Now I actually have 5 photos that I wanted to use on this layout, and the complicating factor there when you have 5 pictures is how are you going to place them on your layout, right? So not only how will I place them, but what size should I print them in and that kind of thing. So one of the photos is this one of the rocket ship. So you can see how the StarShine collection fits really well with this whole theme of this layout. But my son was at the university where he got his engineering degree is in the same city where he works as an engineer. And every 3 years, the university hosts something called Spectrum, which is a really big kind of like STEM related convention for young people. And so it really focuses on science and math. And the company that Jordan works for is a company named SED Systems, and it's a satellite communication company. But he works in their research and development division, and he does all kinds of stuff. I have no idea really what he does, but they work on developing technologies, right? And they sell that. So at Spectrum, he worked at their booth teaching children about what, satellite communications and all these different things about waves. And I don't know, I didn't know anything about what he was talking about. I watched him, but I was just like, oh, okay, well, back to my little world of books. Anyways, yeah, so I did want to create this idea of a rocket ship somehow in the placement of the photographs. So what I did was I ended up printing them out this size, which I guess would probably be about maybe like 3 inches by 2 inches, something like that. And roughly, and then I just took some of the paper from that StarShine collection. You can see it's not straight. I didn't care, it doesn't matter to me. And I just made some little mats for the photographs in that, and just in those colors still with the stars, but with the different colors of blue and almost like a pinky red, which goes with that rocket ship there from the Spectrum. So my idea was that I would put the 5 photos kind of like, almost like a rocket ship. I don't know if it really looks like a rocket ship or not, but anyways, that was my idea. So this is Jordan. He's teaching the kids about Earth stations, and I don't even know what that says, RF or something like that, but it's just showing them about the satellites, which is really cool, I guess. Because where would we be without satellites, guys? This one is just him. So these are all pictures of him just kind of like teaching the different things about the little display that they had set up there. He would have been a great teacher, actually. He kind of thought about that. He thought about being a teacher, but he would have been a great science and math teacher. Because of this passion that I'm talking to you about, like he really is passionate. I wouldn't doubt if he maybe even goes back and gets his education degree. Wouldn't surprise me. He liked school a lot. So there you can see I've created these little mats for every one of the pictures, and I'm just going to put them on there like that, roughly. Okay, so that was my basic idea for this layout. Then what I did was I just went through the StarShine embellishments that I have. I created a little tag. So what I did was I just took a manila tag and I covered it with some of that StarShine paper. I made a little reinforcement, and then I just put some white paper over top, and I just journaled on there. So my idea is that I'm going to put that behind here somehow, and then I'll make a journal pocket on the back of the layout, and then you can just, at the top of the page protector, you can just pull that up. So I'll put some string on there too. Haven't done that yet, but I will do that. Okay, so now I've got all of these embellishments to create a cluster. I really liked this. Let your dreams soar, because once again you have that rocket there. And of course all the colors that are in the Shimelle StarShine collection, which are perfect. I really like this die cut Explorer, so this could be part of that cluster that I was talking about that I wanted to create down here in this area. I've got another, this was on a cut apart, I think, from that 12 by 12 paper. So I can include that down here in this section, this area of the cluster. And I actually took a chipboard frame out of my stash and cut it in half, thinking that I would use that somehow on here. And I've got some other little bits and pieces here from, these are all from the die cut pack from the StarShine collection, which is a really, really great little pack of goodies. How many pieces are in there? 40 pieces, cardstock and acetate shapes and that. So I liked that a lot. I like anything Shimelle though, right? She's got it going on. Anyways, okay, here's some little acetate pieces. I cut that in half just to kind of give me more bang for my buck, so to speak. And then I thought that these marquee thickers would be nice on this layout too, because it kind of, the colors match. And if you look here in this Let Your Dreams Soar, it has some little marquee letters in it there. So I thought that would work out really well. Okay, so now it's just a matter really of taking these different little pieces and putting them down. These would be really good bits for behind a photograph. So maybe here. And so if I put one there, and then I want to kind of space these out a little bit, but I only have two. So if I put one at the top and one here, that would kind of balance that. I've got one little piece there. I have 3 more of those. So I could put this one here and this one here. So I had 5 little bits that I had ready to go with 5 pictures. And then I have these 2 little chunks still that I can use somewhere. And I've got this, which it lends itself to being up against something, right? Like the top of like a tab. So that could go over here. Important stuff, it says on it. A little arrow. Maybe there. The star somewhere over here. Not sure where yet. And this little ticket, which I thought was cute. I mean, you had to pay to get into Spectrum. So I thought that was kind of cool, since Spectrum is an event. So I don't know how that'll all come together yet, but that's kind of a general placement of these. These could, because I only have 2 and I only have 2 of these little frames, these could fit nicely there and there. And then it brings some yellow in, which kind of goes with the little pops of yellow here and there. So the colors in the pictures are red. There's a little bit of that orangey color because the engineering building at the U of S is all red brick. And there's little pops of orange in the banner, in the picture and so on, and there's blue in there. So this all really kind of goes together nicely with the different colors. Now, my idea with the letters was to put them around the perimeter of this circle. So science, rocks is what I was thinking that I would put on there. We'll see if it works. Okay, I'm just going to take a minute to stick everything down and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got everything stuck down. I've added the marquee letters, the thickers, science, rocks, and I've got my cluster here. Like I said, everything is stuck down. I've got my photos all matted and everything is placed. I ended up stapling this acetate piece down just so that the adhesive doesn't show on the other side. Now I just want to create a journaling pocket on the back of my layout. Now I'm looking at where I want that tag to be sticking up, and I'm seeing that this is kind of like heavy across the bottom here. So I'm thinking that this might be a good place to pop that journaling pocket and the tag, and then I'll just have to add some cord, some string of some type to the hole. So all I have to do is just flip it over. Just going to take some adhesive and put it on 3 sides of my scrap. And I'm just going to make sure that my open part is at the top. And I'll just put it there. Make sure it's stuck down really well. And I've got a great little spot to stick my journaling, my hidden journaling, which will go right in there. Hopefully it's deep enough. Not quite. Shoot. Okay. So it needed to be a little bit longer. I thought I'd measured it, but maybe didn't measure it quite right. So we'll see how this comes off. This could be a small disaster. All I really need to do is lift it up off the bottom. If it's not going to lift up very well, I'll just go over top. I'll just make another pocket over top of it because I don't want to damage the paper on the other side. So make sure that you measure that carefully when you're making your pockets. Now I just need to grab another scrap. Let's get another white paper scrap. This time I'm just going to go a little bit longer with it. So we don't have that problem again, right? And this is all going to be hidden. When I put my layouts into my albums, I always back them with each other, so you can't see the back of the layout anyways. So it's all good. Always seems like there's a way to fix stuff, right? Okay, so now I have done that. I can just flip this in the proper pocket. And there. That's plenty deep enough. So now I just need to take some cord. Not sure what cord I want to use for that. This actually might, if only I could hear what you're saying right now. What do you think? I don't have any blue, I don't think. I will look. I'm pretty sure I don't. Oh, just a minute. What is this? Oh, this actually would look okay, wouldn't it? This would be better. Oh, I forgot I had that. Some old Stampin' Up stuff that I have. This is way better. Okay, so we use this. And it's just some baker's twine. And I will just stick that through there. I don't want it to be too long. I don't want it to be flopping too long out of the top of the album. So I'm just going to trim it off. I kind of sometimes like to have one longer than the other. These big scissors are a little bit of overkill, aren't they? Do that. Okay, so I think this layout is finished, guys. So once again, the prompt for this one was, what's your passion? And these pictures seem to work perfectly for that prompt because, like I said before, this boy is very passionate about science. Okay, so that's it. That's my layout for today. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I didn't bore you with this live narration. And I'll catch you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.